All right, good morning. Good morning. It is Thursday, January 26th. How's the sound? We sounding good? Quick sound check. We're taking a look at NASDAQ here. So, yesterday we see that big follow through day following Monday's hammer candle, right? Monday, get the test of that 2700 area. We talked about that key area of support in the weekly candle newsletter. Holds that support, you get the nice push, right? Question for today quite simply is, can buyers show a continuation move? Can they show follow through of yesterday's what looks like a trend day move? Now, of course, this candle is a 23-hour candle. It includes that overnight action and includes that CPI gap, right? And so typically, as we know, following those big expansion moves, it's not uncommon to see a little bit of compression, and that can manifest in a handful of different ways. You may see more of a range bound day, you may see a choppier day, you may see a slower session. And so that's one thing I'll definitely be aware of for this morning. Now, the main watch here is going to be 430, 21 at 430. Let me flip this to our 15-minute chart. There we go. So what we can see here is that overnight session presses up into 21,550, right? Here's kind of that prior day high area right near 21,430. We get the retest here during the overnight sesh and then a bounce. Now, keep in mind this overnight action from about 3 a.m. is all a series of lower highs. So we want to keep that structure in mind coming into the open. And we want to see, can buyers continue to hold 430? Or do sellers start to show up here as we get back into some of these higher time frame structure points like we spent a good amount of time talking about during yesterday's live stream? So that's the focus. 21 430. Do we have any? See, do we have any 10 a.m. data? Yeah, we got some 10 a.m. data this morning, and we have some Fed speak as well. So let's see how this intraday structure builds. We've got 30 seconds until the open. A little down thrust. What is a down thrust? What is a down thrust? Let's take a look at our profile. Where's our profile at? Okay, session volume point of control for that overnight is 21,472. Here's the open. We do have a very slight gap higher. Just taking a look at that 5-minute. Small gap higher. That is a true gap, though, outside of that prior day's range. There's VWAP, prior day high just beneath, 21,430 just beneath. So I like to see some action down into here if we can get it. Where's our overnight low? Oh, it's way down there at 350. Okay. Alrighty. There's VWAP holding pretty nice. No position for me there. All right, coming into that prior day high again. Let's see. See if we get a true test here. Prior day high, 21,430. Main area. Do buyers defend or not? There's your prior day high. Into session volume point of control. A little bounce again there. Still no position. Staying patient. Staying patient. Don't really love to get involved in those first couple minutes off the open. Right now, this 15-minute seller's doing a good job of showing that next lower high there. So let's see if this area breaks. Looking at that 15-minute chart. Here's 430. And coming into that 420, that most recent low here from the overnight sesh. Down and through. So the next reference point here is that overnight low. You do have the gap fill. What is that? Down into about 375. Looking at the 5-minute there. There's your gap fill spot right through there. Okay, a little bit of a bounce. See if we get some market structure now. A little bit of market structure. Right into that prior day high. I'd like to see that volume point of control shift down here. Let's see. Okay, nice push into that prior day high. I like to see a reclaim of that prior day high. Sellers reloading there at prior day high. Frozen TSX chart, that's not good. Hit a refresh. Try out a refresh. And sellers reload prior day high, coming back into session lows. May see that gap fill completely. Let's see. Overnight gap. Okay, we got a little structure starting to build out. There's that volume point of control shift that I mentioned. Let's see how this next 5-minute bar closes up. 55 seconds for that. There's your prior day high again. Up and through prior day high. Tough to position through there. That was the spot for it. Most definitely. See how this continues to build out. Yeah, the location is tricky. Tricky. And right back into that prior day high. Staying patient here. Don't really wanna overdo it in this zone. So we wait. We wait. We wait. Back into 430. Down and through 430. Session low is 405. Yeah, we may see that gap fill. See if that overnight gap fills here. There's that gap fill visual. What, 375. 375 is the level prior day close. Here's the lows NQ. Right into the lows. New low of day being made right there. So next reference point is that gap fill spot, prior day close, and then the overnight low. So far, gap rules working nicely. Working quite nicely. If you have any gap rules. The bot, let me see. Yeah, the bot shorted. That thing's an animal. Jeez. Bot just trimmed. The Opinicus bot trained the 2-hour trader. Personally, I'm waiting, staying patient here. See if we get that complete gap fill. NQ almost into that gap fill spot. Getting pretty close, within 10 points there. Session low. There it is. There's the gap fill. Gap rules for you. NQ coming into that overnight low now. D-Wall got the short. Nicely done. Yeah, still cash here. Still cash. We're looking at that overnight low potentially. Prior day volume point of control. So that pre-market structure we talked about showing follow through, right? That series of lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. About 9 minutes till 10 a.m. Data. Data's at 10. A little bounce there from the gap fill from the prior day close. Keeping an eye on this 15-minute bar as we get into 10 a.m. See how this continues to build. Here's my morning so far. Cash. Cashola. Kind of in no man's land now. And Q. All right, about 4 minutes till 10 a.m. Don't forget that data print. It's more of a minor print, but data nonetheless. Data. Little structure building out here. Volume tapering a little bit. A little bit of volume taper there. Yeah, some churn here. No man's land. No man's land. They got that gap. Sellers got that gap fill and lost some interest. Overnight gap fill. One minute is just showing barcode now. Barcode. This is the nature of markets here. Yesterday, all that nice action, first 30 minutes. Today, for me, nothing. Nothing. All right, less than 1 minute here till 10 a.m. NQ just sitting on the lows. Overnight low right there, 353. So that's our next downside reference. Prior day volume point of control in that area as well. There's your new low of day. Undercutting the overnight low post 10 a.m. So if this area fails, next big level is 21,300. 21,300. Then the question becomes: is this the next? It's the next lower high. If you guys were in yesterday's live, you know we were talking about this big structure here. Whoa. New low of day. Looks like no real interest in that overnight low for the most part so far. Bot just covered the rest. If you're curious, Mr. Dom. All right, here's that overnight low. Let's see if it holds. See if Mr. Christopher gets his undercut there. It's a nice little push. Man, I was looking at the bot. I almost had to pay the stream tax. Not today. Not today. Here comes the trail. See if the trail gets taken. The old trail. Intraday is a series of lower highs still. I love price to hold right here. Give me that lower high. Or excuse me, high or low. And bring the trail just beneath that point. Call it 64 and a half. Well, I'm glad I looked at that. I forgot to adjust my order quantity there. If that trail got taken, I would have been short. Whew. Oh man. Stream tax, yep. Stream tax. Need a break of 21,400 here. Keep the 5. Let's see. Yeah, 5 looks good, but we need follow through. Need the push. There we go. That's better. There we go. There's some wide candles, boy. Haven't moved the trail yet. If we can clear 400, I'll bring it up above 400 or up right below 400 rather. Until then, trail's still at 364. Intraday has not shown any change of character. Still a series of lower highs. Price needs to break like 412. 412 area right there. Let's see. That intraday right there here. There's a high, lower high, lower high. There's your entry. Here's the trail. Okay, so the trail gets brought up to about 378 now. There we go. It's a better push. Here comes 430. Like I said, I'm bringing that trail just beneath 400. Yeah, they could have it as we get into 430 there. So potential intraday change of character. To still a tough spot here. NQ bumping into 430. You got session volume point of control right overhead. VWAP prior day high. I'm trailed. Not bad. Not bad. Was that 40 points? 45 points. First trade of the day. See what that next setup is going to be. Gotta love some 10 a.m. reversal time. That overnight low undercut. A little spring type of setup there on the 15-minute. Check out that 15-minute bar too. Looks pretty good. I'd like to see price clear 430 now. Session volume point of control just shifted lower. We're into 394. Oh, wow, nice. Congrats. Congrats, man. Funded time. So seller stepping in there again. 21,430. Tricky spot. Tricky spot. By the way, when you pass a combine, it's a good idea to actually just start another one rather than first day jump into that funded environment. Can't tell you how many people I've seen first day in the funded take a loss. Something about the psychology aspect. It's good to cool down a little bit. So with current location and NQ, I'm just staying very, very patient here. Don't love the current action. Not sure that I want to set risk against the overnight low again here. Or wait for 300. Let's see how this intraday structure builds out. Yeah, that's a great idea, Pat. One micro in the funded, get rid of the nerves. That's solid. That's a good call. All right, here's that overnight low again. Dom crushing the short from 430. Nicely done. That next 15-minute bar closed bearish. It was looking good about 5-10 minutes ago. So overnight low holds. You have a higher low there, no position for me. So now at this point in the day, given the intraday structure, I want to see price kind of leave this area. That would be my preference before getting involved again. Oh, nicely done, Rich. Take care, man. 5 minutes just in barcode here on NQ. So, like I said, not doing a lot. Just have one trade on the sesh. There's the play. Current conditions just to me are saying do less. So, you gotta listen to what the market tells you. One and done. Yeah, it's a good call. Volume's really tapering down. So, again, at the start of the stream, we talked about potential for a compression day today. So far, we are seeing some characteristics of that. So the goal is to not get chopped up, not trade in subpar location. Just wait for that next A plus opportunity. I do like if price can clear this area, right? Something like this maybe. Can start to go for that 550 level of interest or wash out of this structure, test the 300, see what kind of reaction we have down there. As of right now, prior day volume point of control and overnight low holding as support. That's what I'm looking at right there. That intraday structure. Look at volume too. We're almost into that minimum volume threshold. Minimum volume threshold is the yellow line right here. We have this next 15 and 30 minute bar about to close in 3 minutes. This might be a one and done kind of day. 1 hour into the sesh. Looks like that 15 and 30 minute will close as a doji. Definitely the 30 minute. 15 minute actually looks a little more bearish. All right, probably give it 10 more minutes, see if we could break this range, and then shut it down. We did get that first print below minimum volume threshold. So price kind of confirming the compression idea so far. Could see a late morning break, definitely, but as of right now, just chilling. Chop, chop, chop. How we doing? How's the morning for everyone? A little more than an hour into the sesh. So far, there's just like a one or two trade kind of morning if you're active. Cash does nice. It's probably for the best right now. Cash green 1 out of 2. Solid. Solid. Benny 2 for 2. Nice. And Q sitting on the lows again here. Even the 15-minute is entering a little bit of barcode now. Solid. Follow your rules. Follow those rules. Always. Always, always. Here's NQ coming into the lows, session lows. Current session low is 336. Now, if the low ends up failing, you do have that 21,300 level of interest down beneath this structure. A little intraday range setup there looked decent. Let's see if the highs trade 410 area, 420. Intraday range with that little overnight low, prior day volume point of control spot. Let's see, 415 they could have it. I'll let them have it into 415 or trail just beneath 400. There we go. Trailed out. Trailed out. All right. That's a wrap for me. 2 for 2. Both longs from the same spot. Overnight low, prior day volume point of control area. First one had the benefit of 10 a.m. reversal time, as well as the spring. As of right now, what I'm looking at is I want to see this structure break. I want to see price trade outside of this structure. So we will call it there. Pretty slow session. If the structure does break, I like action above this area. So price trading like this maybe. Look for entries in there, or I'll watch, see what the reaction is down here. That is it. All right, folks, thanks for your time. I got to hit the dentist here shortly, unfortunately. So if you guys are in TMG, I'll chat with you in the mentorship group. Otherwise, see you tomorrow.